Hi, I'm Beverly Welch. We're here at the Arbor Gate today in Tomball, Texas, with our dear friend, family member, and horticulturist, Linda Gay.
Hello, Beverly.
Hi, Linda. So, fall is upon us. Here on the Gulf Coast, we've been blessed with adequate rainfall in the late part of the summer, but our perennials, because of that, have started to stretch a bit, look a little floppy, get in the way, and we want to get them ready for a great fall show. Now, I say perennial because a perennial is a plant that is always with us. Whether or not it's dormant above ground, we're growing below ground, oftentimes they can be evergreen. So when we get ready for this fall show, it can last till the first frost, which could be January.
Yes.
Who knows?
Fall is the best time for gardening, right?
It is, and oftentimes that's a season that's so overlooked with gardeners.
Absolutely.
And it's a better climate for us and the plants. So what are we gonna do here now, Linda?
Okay, so our dad is really tired of mowing around this salvia, right? So one more time and it's gonna get weed whacked. So what we wanna do is we wanna get it off of the grass. Now, when you're trimming perennials and pruning them, you always wanna make sure that you have growth coming up from the base.
Right.
Because if you have all wood and no growth, and you cut it back, you're going to kill your perennial.
Right.
So let's say we don't have this wonderful growth. So we have to force new growth to come up. So how do we force new growth on perennials that don't have it? We come in and we kind of grab this foliage. We have some active buds right in here with leaves on it, but I'm going to come out a little further. And so you'll want to have some stems with some leaves on it if you don't have any growth at the base. These leaves are going to generate energy and food and growth at the base, and then you can come back in and prune a little closer to the base, right?
Right.
Now, since ours do have foliage, ideally, we want it to be really nice. Ladies, gentlemen, when you go for a makeover, you really want to do enough so that people notice you're doing a makeover, right? So
now, the first thing people are going to say, but wait, she's cutting off flowers.
That's right. You're absolutely right. And that is such a good point, because you know what? Before you do your trimming, how about go around and cut all the flowers off, and you can put them in a vase and enjoy them until they're done, before you throw them in the compost pile. Very good, Beverly. Thank you for that tip. And that's what I do all the time.
Right.
Okay, so see how much we're gaining ground back too. This is also another really wonderful opportunity to take care of those nasty weeds that it may have gotten in there. More flowers. So here we are. We're going to make the mower happy. And see, I'm not being too selective.
Not being picky at all.
Not being picky. I'm not trying to cut just above the bud. Don't worry, it will resprout.
But we're going to give energy and a chance for this new lush growth coming through the center to come up and bloom for us.
Absolutely. So what happens in this pruning process, all of this foliage, let's get the rest of it here, all of this foliage was using a lot of energy. A lot of the water and nutrients inside the vascular system have been going out 4 to 5 feet. So now we're redirecting all that energy right back here to the base.
Perfect.
So all of this energy has been removed. Now it's all going to just run a shorter race, basically.
Right.
Here. Now, after you prune, you never ever prune without following up with food.
Yes.
We have to have food. Now, gardeners are like cooks, right?
Yes, a pinch
You never
here and
have
there.
a measuring cup, but every gardener's got a 4-inch pot laying around somewhere,
Good
or
point.
a 6-inch or whatever. So I just always use a 4-inch pot. I try to get down to the soil. I move my mulch, my straw, which is better. Okay, since it was such a pretty big one, I put 2.
And with Arbor Gate blends, you don't have to worry about burning. We don't have to worry about temperatures if you're working on a hot day.
Absolutely.
You really don't have to water it in. It always helps if you do.
your soil is so fertile it grows green fingers.
That's right. Right. Green thumbs.
Green thumbs. Now, after you put the fertilizer down, you always come back and top dress with the soil. This is the sweet spot of the plants. The top 4 to 6 inches in the soil is where the active plant roots are. And by putting food and top dressing with soil, we've given the roots all this new space to go, oh, and the roots, a little bit of water. We always have to hand water in with love.
Yes.
And a water hose. Do not depend on your irrigation system to do that. So you're gonna wet the soil and the mulch, and I call it marry. We're gonna marry the 3 together.
Right.
Existing soil and roots, the fertilizer, and the soil. So we're set. We just need to put our little pine straw back. So if you're fortunate enough to have pine trees, rake it up, don't throw it away, and put it underneath your plants because it totally suppresses weed seed germination.
It absolutely does. So how fast and simple for a great fall show.
Look how nice it is
It
now.
looks beautiful.
It does.
Thanks, Linda.
I think we have more to prune.
I think we do.